Alright, welcome to the mini PHP project. In this video we are going to see an application which will allow apartment member to pay their monthly maintenance using debit card. Let's see how it's done. As you see, for the first floor we have 6 rooms. The first 4 rooms has paid their maintenance. Let's make this 106. Let's pay the maintenance for 106. Click on pay now, and you will be redirected to the payment gateway. It says 800 rupees by 106. Let's fill the name, email address, the phone number, and if you scroll down it says next, and I'm going to choose the debit card option. You can make any of the option. Let's pick the debit card. It's an instamojo.com, so we can fill the duplicate values. The card number 0122 and the CWV number is 111, and you will be getting an OTP, and you need to pass the OTP value, which is 1221. Click on submit, and once everything is done you will be redirected to the same index page. On the first floor we have paid 106, so you can see on the 106 the payment status has been changed from unpaid to paid, and then we have the payment button disabled. Likewise, you can make as many floors as you want, as many rooms as you want. Now we are going to see how to create this using PHP, and the payment gateway we are going to use is instamojo. You have to create an account, so I have created a free account. You can see this is a URL we have to get into, and you would be requiring two things. The first one is private key, and the second one is auth key. As I said, it's available on the API and plugin section. Private key and auth token, these two things is required, and I'll share the source code which I am creating right now in the description so that you can follow along. We need 2 more files. I'll leave that file in the description. Fine, now let me show you the HTML. So the first thing, we are not going to create these many rooms. We'll be just creating 2 rooms for understanding. Let's create a new file and we'll call it as demo.php, and let's get the bootstrap template. I'm going to copy all this and paste it on the demo.php, and going to remove all this which is not required. We just need a script file, script :src, and I'll be naming it as demo.js, and we'll be writing some internal CSS, so style, and let's work on the table. As you see, this is created with the help of table, so let's start it. We need to create table with class table since it's a bootstrap, and this table should be surrounded inside container so that we can get some space between the left and right. Containers and class, then table. Let's add the table head. This table head will be having table row and then table data. What are the things which is available? Room number, and then we have name, then we have amount, then we have status, and then actually it's pay button, and finally we have status. So this gets into the table head. Let's create table body. Inside table body we need table row, then table data, then it would be called as first floor, and call span equal to 5. Let's see how does it looks. Demo.php. So this is how it looks. We can give background color, class equal to bg hyphen danger, the only problem that we made is the call span will come on the table data, not on the table row. Cool. Now let's check. Got it. We can also write text white, and let's get into the another row, table row, table data into 5. The first one is room number, the second one is name, the third one is amount, the fourth one is button, anchor tag, actually it should be form, input, type submit, value equal to pay now, and will be using form, so the name attribute is must pay now. And finally another div, we can have the design of button, btn danger, we'll be calling it as unpaid. Let me show you how does this looks. Make this button so that we can get some good padding around. Cool. You can also give the class to the submit button, class btn success. Cool. Now let's just copy the same. Before copying, we need to surround this inside form. It will be an action, it will be having an action. Let's submit the value of the form to the another PHP file. We'll call it as page3.php, and method is going to be post. Alright, so we have form, so we need values. So let's create a input field, input type hidden, name we are going to have the name as room number, and value is going to be 101. The same way, let's pick the name, member name, value is going to be Mr. Vishal, and then finally the amount, and the value is going to be 800. So this is it. Let's copy this table row one more time. So you can have as many room as you want. For just showing you the demo, I'm just going to have only 2 rooms, which is 102. The value is going to be 102. We can change the name to David. The maintenance amount is going to remain same, and that's it. Let's see how does it looks. Cool, this is how it looks. Now once I click on pay, the data need to be submitted to the pay3.php page. Let's create a new file and save it as page3.php. Let's open the PHP file. If is set, what is set, $_post, since we have made the method post, we can access the name variable using post. So if the submit button is set, then we can access the post data. We need to add the authentication key, which I have shown you on this page. I have used it. Then we need 2 files. Let me show you that. So we need 2 files. The first one is instamoji.php and then the perm file. I'll leave this file in the description. Copy this. You can download this file from the instamoji website as well, but we'll just carry forward over here just to save time. Then we need to call the instamojo.php file in the page3.php. Let's call it. We have called it. Now this instamojo.php, we need to create an object. Let's create an object for it. So while creating object, we need to pass the form value. So we have created an object and called it as API and pass the key and the token. This is coming from the documentation. We are writing the purpose. It would be the amount 800 by the room number. Let's cross check the room number spelling. Let's here, and then the amount is being passed AMT, room number, then the member name, we are passing it member name, and then after all these value we are submitting, we are redirecting this. Let me comment this, copy comment, and that's the other step. We are redirecting this to another file called update payment 2.php. Let's create this. So this page will be called once after all the payment is done. So let me create that. And for now, before redirecting, I want to show the values. So the output, once the payment is done, if it is succeeded or if it is not succeeded, those things will be available, those information will be available using this get request. I'll show you. Now so far this is complete. So in case if there is an error, we will be getting this error. So the purpose and amount is required. If you miss any of this, the error will be thrown. Let me remove the amount and show you. We'll be creating database table as well. Click on pay. It says the amount is required. So this error is coming from the catch block. So these two things are important, as I shown you. As I said, refresh it, click on pay, properly it would be done, except we won't be able to display the payment status. So to display the payment status we need table to store the data. That means we need the database connection. So let me just show you the payment, and after the payment what happens is it will be redirected to this page, and this page will give you the status of the payment using the JSON array. agnel@gmail.com. You can enter any dummy value, click on next. Instead of debit card, let's just use net banking for time being. Checkout, and it will take some time. Actually debit card is faster than this payment option, net banking option. If that doesn't work, we have to pause it. I'll pause it. It is taking too much time. Let me click. No, yeah, the internet connection is not well. Close the payment and retry again. Retry payment. Net banking didn't work, so let me choose debit card. Let's give the card number. So these value you can get it from their website. 111. No thanks. In real you'll be getting an OTP, and that OTP is this. We need to add this over here and click on submit. Once the payment is done, it will be redirected to our page. If everything is right, you will be getting the status as credit. If the payment is not done, you will be not getting credit. The payment status is credit, so that means the payment is done. Now we are going to create a table. Let's create a database first. Click on this, new. Let's name this as apartment. I think I have already made the table structure. It's here. Database name, let's name this as maintenance, and the table name is going to be maintenance table, database maintenance, and the table, and the column name is going to be 4. Column is going to be 4. Payment ID, let this be varchar auto increment. You can make this as primary key for now. Then we have room number, which is going to be int, and then we have payment status varchar, and then we have payment request ID, again varchar and alphanumeric value. Click on save once everything is filled. Let us make this int as well. Click on save, and your table is ready. Click on maintenance, click on browse. It's blank at present. Now what we need is, we need the room number. So to get the room number, we need to pass this with the get request. So you can see I'm concatenating the room number. So this room number can be accessed over here. So now I'm going to create the insert query. Cool. Now if you see, Let me go through the code once. I have made the connection. As I said, if the payment status is credit on the JSON, I have shown you that it will be showing if the payment is complete, it will be showing credit. So if it is credit, then create the database connection. Give the proper credential, which is database name and the table name. Table name is here. So this is the room number. We would be getting this on the JSON value. You can see payment ID, payment status and request ID. Cool. Then we are inserting this room number, payment ID, status, and once this is inserted, it need to be redirected to the home page, which is demo.php. Let me show you again. Click on pay. The reason we are redirecting it is we need to show the status by making the button disabled. Again, just filling the duplicate value. Click on next. Debit card. Fill the debit card value. Zero 01 2022 111. Click on pay. 1221. So these value I got it from the InstaMojo page, and it would be redirected to the index page. Fine, it is working. Actually, it is showing you to the, we need to redirect to the demo.php, and it need to be, this should be 2 previous, or this should be 2. That's the reason it got redirected to the index demo.php. Let's do it again. Anyways, nothing special is going to happen. The data would be inserted. Let's check whether the data is inserted or not. Yes, the data is inserted. You can see the room number is 0. We are not getting the room number. Why? On update 2, payment update 2, I think we have a spelling mistake here for the room number. It is Runo. We have made the mistake of spelling. The data inserted is also wrong. We need to try it again. Pay. I'll pause it. Cool. Now 1221. Click on submit. Once it's done, it would be redirected to the demo.php page and a data would be inserted. You can see 101. We got the data 101. Now we need to check on the demo.php. Here we would be using again a database connection. We would be fetching all the values from the table, not all the values, only the room number from the table. Let me fetch it, paste it. Let's change the database name, which is maintenance, and maintenance table, and we will be getting all the values, and we have stored it into an array. We just fetched all the room number from the table and stored it inside the array called room array. Now we need to fetch we need to check whether we have, let me comment this for now, don't comment this. What we need to do is we need to get the one by one value from the array and compare. If it has the value 101, then show the button called, don't show this button, we need to create an alternate button. Let me comment this. The trick part comes, let me comment this. First of all, I'm creating a flag variable is 101. On page load it is going to be false, and as I said, I'm going to get array and get one by one value using for each. If we found 101 from the array, then make the flag variable as true. If the flag variable is true, then show the button accordingly. If the button is if you find 101 in the database, that means the payment is done. So we need to disable the button. You can see I have disabled the button. The same way, if the payment is not done, then we have to remove the disable button and add the color success. Let me copy this and do it again for the 102. Remove the last two buttons and make the flag variable by default false. And if you find in an array 102, then make the flag array as true. If it is true, then that means the payment is done. So we need to disable the payment button. If it is not true, then we need to show the payment button. So let's refresh. If everything goes right, then we would be getting disabled button here, and here there would be paid option. Yes, it is right. You can see it's pay now. That means this button is disabled. That means it is already paid, and the status is also paid. And let's try to pay this one last time, or let me comment this for you. I think we have landed up into an error. The thing is, I have copy pasted it. The name value got deferred. The name is pay now. Let me do this for as well. Just to show you for the next time. Refresh it, click again, redirected to the payment gateway. Create gmail.com, some domain number, click on next, pay with debit card, insert the testing values, January to 22 111, pay, and the OTTP is 1221. Click on submit. And the button would be disabled for 102 as well. Now you can see it is because the table has 102 and 101. If I remove these two, then again the payment option will be shown. Cool. So that's how the trick is. If we make 101 as engage, and it will show pay. So I believe the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening. In case if you are wondering how to make the collapse. It's really very simple. Where is the first floor? Here, add the ID, first floor, and for the table row add the class first floor underscore active for both the table row. Then on the CSS make this active class display none, and now on page load it would be hidden. And get the first class ID, and use pointer cursor pointer. Now let's get into the script. We'll name this as demo.js. Let me copy paste the code. So when I click on the first floor, whichever table row has the class first floor underscore active will get the CSS display revert. Previously it was display none, now it will be reverted. Let's check again. Revert it. It's not getting reverted. I think it's the mistake of the spelling. First floor active. Let's do it again. Yeah, you can see. Refresh it, click on first floor, you got it. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening. Get the source code in the description.